Hi, it's Jamie Kubota. I'm here at San Jose State in the Nutrition, Food Science, and Packaging Department, and I am going to take you through a ramen, a dressed up ramen, or ramen taken up a notch. Okay, so I've got some water going, and we're using regular old ramen. One thing I like to point out is using ramen. Most college students eat ramen on occasion, at least occasion, because it's quick and easy. It comes with the noodles and a flavor packet. So the flavor packet, it does add a lot of flavor, but it also adds a lot of sodium and a lot of other things into your soup. So yes, use it, but one thing you can do to kind of make it a little bit healthier is you don't necessarily need all of it. You could use about half of it and still get quite a bit of flavor. So I'm going to add in about half of my seasoning packet. Now you could also do this with homemade broth. So we made some broth earlier, and that could certainly be the base for your ramen. So you don't even have to use that flavor pocket if you've already got some chicken broth. So maybe you have chicken broth that you used in something else, or maybe you made chicken broth, so you can certainly start with that. So there's our broth is started. Now, typically, people just add their ramen noodles. We're gonna do that, but we're gonna add in some other things that are gonna add in a lot of flavor and also boost the nutrition of this and make it into more of a full meal. So I've got some spinach, and this is just baby spinach, so I can just put that in directly. Okay. I've also got some broccoli. So these are just little pieces of broccoli florets, and it was fresh broccoli, but you could also use frozen broccoli. Okay. So I'm gonna put my broccoli in. And then I'm gonna add in some of my rotisserie chicken. So this is just cubed cooked chicken. You could use grilled chicken, you can use rotisserie chicken, whatever you have. Leftover steak, if you had it, you could add that in as well. So we've got that going. And it only takes, 2 or 3 minutes to cook the veggies and to heat that up. So I can go ahead and add in my ramen. And here's my ramen noodles. So I'm gonna add in a package of ramen. Now, with all these extra things going in, this might even turn into 2 servings, depends on how hungry you are. So you might be able to eat this all yourself, but you also might be able to share this with your roommate. And once the ramen noodles goes in, it really literally is 2 minutes, and you've got a nice fresh bowl of comforting soup. Let's see. So we are in the middle of the pandemic. We're shooting these in the middle of the pandemic. And this is not my usual brand of ramen, but it's actually a really nice one. So this is the Ichiban Sapporo. This would be a true Japanese ramen that we maybe don't see as often here. But they're all basically the same. Now, if you really like ramen, you can also get fresh ramen noodles. So it's possible to go get udon noodles or fresh ramen noodles. Sometimes they have them even at your local grocery store. Like I find them at my local Lucky and Safeway in the produce section where the tofu is. You can find usually fresh udon noodles and sometimes fresh ramen noodles. So that's a nice treat when you can find it. It's usually a little bit more expensive than buying the packages of the dried ramen. It's kind of like dried pasta versus fresh pasta. The dried pasta is usually much more economical, but it's really delicious when you can try the fresh ramen noodles. And we're almost done here. This went super fast. So our veggies are still bright green because they haven't cooked too much. They're gonna have a little bit of crunch to the broccoli. Our chicken is gonna be heated through, and our ramen noodles are just about cooked. Let me turn this down just a little. I have a really small pot, and so with the heat on high, it was coming around the sides of the pot and getting my hand warm. So that's why I'm turning it down a little. And I think we are just about ready. Okay, I'm gonna turn that off. We'll show you our ramen filled with veggies and chicken, spinach, broccoli. It's gonna be delicious.